a tremendous turnout. We really appreciate everybody coming out on a Wednesday night when you may have better things to do, a beautiful Wednesday night. And we are going to have a panel for you. We have 7 speakers. We are going to try to keep the presentations to something like an hour. We do realize that people are going to have a hard time reading our screen. We apologize for that. There's a lot of pictures in the presentations that I think will make that a bit easier. Excuse me. I'll learn how to do this. Yeah, thank you. I want to start with the question, what is this all about? Why are we here anyway? And I think the very general answer is that we are here for our neighborhood. We're here because we care about the Broadway Business District, which is a neighborhood shopping district, and we care about our neighborhood. So that's the big answer why we're here. What we have is a proposal by the city that's been out there now for almost a year to upzone dramatically the entire shopping district between Devon and Foster, that's in Edgewater, and then from Foster to Montrose in Uptown. Our concern here, we are the Edgewater residents for responsible development. We don't presume to have knowledge of Uptown and what's good for Uptown. We don't presume that we know their aldermen. We do know our alderwoman, and we know the community around us. So this is about Edgewater. But let me say, the proposal that the city has put out there is in yellow here. I know many of you can't read it, but just let me tell you that that proposal determines that 80% of the buildings on Broadway in Edgewater, more than 80, are underutilized and in some instances incompatible with the city's vision for what they should be. The city's vision is that they ought to be much bigger and they ought to provide a lot of housing above. So primarily looking at Broadway, not as a shopping district, but as a means to, and a place to get a lot of housing. They have done no study and no plan. And I will tell you, this isn't my opinion. Our block clubs communicated with the Department of Planning and they admitted they have done no study. They didn't define the problem, before they proposed this. They've been pushing it through with no plan for traffic, no plan for displacement of small businesses, and no plan for parking, my goodness. One simple tool is all they have, no plan. They are using zoning. Zoning is not a plan. Zoning is a tool used after you have a plan. But here, the city decided they could use it as their plan. So all it is to upzone to the highest zoning possible and let the developers have free rein to come into our neighborhood and put in 8-story buildings wherever they want to. This will cut out community input, by the way. There'll be no aldermanic approval process. There'll be no community approval process. So that's what the city is proposing. Our group came together in response to this last January and held a forum in January at the Edgewater Library where we thought to educate a lot of our neighbors. We've continued in this, we've continued trying to meet with our alderwoman, we've continued making a lot of noise about this, writing a lot of letters, but we also thought we've got to talk about what we really want in this community, and that is what we're calling the win-win roadmap. Broadway is not broken, is our view. Broadway is in fact a vibrant, diverse business district with small businesses that serve our community as well as destination businesses that people come in from all over the city to use. There's been no study planning. We think there needs to be studies and planning. And they need to avoid adverse impacts on our community. We have provided the roadmap Our roadmap provides 75% of what the city is asking for in terms of density. We think it's a compromise, and we are hoping that the mayor and the aldermen will wake up and see this is a plan that can satisfy the community, rally the community, in fact, and also get the kind of density they're looking for. By the way, we are already, I think, the densest community area outside of downtown. So we are already very dense. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. What this is not about affordable housing. A lot of people who are critics of us call us NIMBYs and think it's all about we don't want affordable housing, we don't want poor people. Nothing could be further from the truth. This is a community that has welcomed migrants. Melt is a melting pot. It has been for generations of all types of people. We love the diversity in this neighborhood. This is about preserving the diversity. This is about preserving the affordability. So everybody loves affordable housing. That's not the point. The point is, how do you do it? You can make an apple pie, you know, mom and apple pie, affordable housing. But are you actually going to achieve it? We contend, and you're going to hear from experts tonight who spent their entire careers in affordable housing, and they're going to tell you that this is not the way to do it. You may make a tiny bit of, create a tiny bit of affordable housing, but you are going to raise the rents throughout Edgewater as a result of this, make it less affordable, and in fact gentrify it. So, you know, it's be careful what you ask for, and figure out how to do what you want to do. A big issue you're going to hear about is the difference between the east and west side, and the fact that the city is doing what we're calling a blanket upzoning. I know you can't see this, but the map that the city uses, they take a map that currently has zoning that provides differences based on the size of the lot, based on the surrounding uses, and they forget all of that, they ignore all of that, and they just are blanket upzoning everything to the highest business zoning height and density allowed in the city. They've done it nowhere else in the city, by the way. They've admitted that. This is a picture that's worth 1,000 words. Unfortunately, you may not be able to see it. Point being, the lots on the east side of Broadway and Edgewater are very deep. They are 250 feet deep, and they're back up to the red line. That makes sense to do development there. We agree with the city on that. It's the west side where we have lots that are half that size and back up on the alleys that residents in low-density neighborhood rely on and use all the time. This is not allowed under the zoning code, by the way. This is incompatibility of uses, and they're, you know, basically not distinguishing this at all. So that's a big issue. Sorry, I'm going the wrong way. Our win-win roadmap. I'm going to go through this as quickly as I can. It's a 5-point plan. That's sort of a picture of it. But I want to show you, talk about each point. We believe and support development in the Central District in Edgewater, Central District of Broadway. It is ripe for development. It has some very big vacant lots right now. It is an important location where we could get quite a bit of residential housing above mixed-use, good, vibrant commercial uses. This has been something that was proposed by the past alderman, has been through visioning by the community, and that the community could rally around, but it's not getting any attention because they're doing this other thing of upzoning every lot on Broadway. This is where we should have development, and speakers are going to talk about this tonight. East side of Broadway, as I said, we believe east side of Broadway can handle higher density, and there are many opportunities there, but it has to be done with a plan. We can't have 10,000 new units, as have been suggested, coming in with no parking plan, with no traffic study, with no planning whatsoever for displacing the small businesses. So we need the plan. We're willing to go along with this. As I said, this is a compromise. We're giving the city what they want on the east side, but they've got to do some planning. The west side, as I said, very shallow. We've got little neighborhood businesses. This is our ice cream shop, Lickety Split. As everybody knows, everybody walks from their home over there on a nice summer night like tonight. This is not the place to put a big building. And we have many other wonderful small buildings on the west side that should not be subject to being torn down. This, by the way, is a heritage building too. So vibrant businesses. We do want to retain the same uses we have. For some reason, the city has proposed that we should have 36 new types of uses on Broadway, as well as it being quite a bit bigger and denser. We should be having gas stations and hotels and entertainment venues of up to 1,000 people, and pawn shops, and it goes the list liquor stores with no community input. This is, why are they doing this? We don't know. We think it's a correct thing to say, look at these case by case as they come in, and that's what we've been doing for the last 20 years, and we have a perfectly good community as a result of it. Look at them case by case and decide, is this the type of use that should be in this neighborhood? What you're seeing there is a protest in this photo. In my block club, I'm the block club president, my block club protesting a liquor store that our alderman was supporting going in on the corner of Granville and Broadway. Despite overwhelming opposition from the community, she finally backed down. But that's the kind of thing you're going to get, and we have the opportunity to get, because this isn't just a permit that you get downtown to open a liquor store. Both sides of the street, we believe, have heritage buildings, and those heritage buildings, same thing, we need case-by-case review of heritage buildings. So again, I come back to, that's our roadmap, that's our plan. We think it's extraordinarily reasonable. We think it gives the city a tremendous amount of what they want, and we're hopeful that we can get the mayor's attention. Right now, our alderman has said to us she's not talking to us anymore, unfortunately. So we're going to be taking this to the, to the road. We're taking it to the mayor. We're taking it to the city council. It's not over. And what's our goal for tonight? I just want to say our goal is to educate. I'm told educate isn't the right word. We all know a lot about our community, but we want to introduce you to our plan, our suggestions. We're interested in your feedback on it. We want to get the residents that live close by who've been denied this kind of meeting because it was not held by the Department of Planning, by the city, or by our alderman. We want to get that feedback now. And we want to bring the community together around our plan, and we would like to suggest to you, and I will at the end suggest to you next steps that we all can do together to continue to battle to maintain our neighborhood shopping district. So with that, I am going to turn it over to Jack Markowski, who is going to be our moderator tonight. He also has a presentation for you.
Thank you, everybody. Welcome tonight.